Hey, what's up everybody, Wannabe Mangaka here, and today I'm bringing in the fourth episode, the fourth video of the tutorial series that I'm doing to make yourself comfortable with doing anime and manga style faces. Definitely this video should start with a big apology because I haven't been posting for about 1.5 months, and it was not easy because I had my exams and stuff going on, so that shall do for the excuse for now. So let's get going. Without wasting any more time, let's start. This video is about aging your character correctly, if from an infant stage to an adulthood stage. Okay, then we shall start with an infant stage. I'll be telling you about particular stages and their particular specialities, their particular features. So make sure you keep a note on that. And also, if you have not checked my other videos, other 3 videos that should be seen before this, you shall pause it right now and see them before you see this one. Okay, so here we go. We shall start with an infant stage. Infant stage is your characters are not very much defined at infant stage. At this stage, almost all characters look similar until and unless, yes, you have some very special or unique features for your character alone. I hope this light is not getting in the way. If it is, then let me put something there. The other side. Yeah, now the light won't shine as much. Okay. Here you go. So the character's face at an infant stage is not much more so much defined, so it shall be easy to make an oval or a circle, whatever you wish. The head, mostly at this stage, mostly there are no hairs, from little to no hairs. Then extend the face a bit. The face should be mostly ellipsoidal, with the bottom part, the part where the cheeks came out, being a bit more fluffy. Alright, and then I've always specified in my videos that if your character's age is young, the eye should be bigger, and if your character's age is in somewhere in youth or at older stages, the eyes should be smaller. By that being said, I don't actually mean to reduce the size of the eyes. The thing is, in human anatomy, the size of the eye remains the same. If whenever a person grows, the eyes remain the same, though his full body will be growing throughout his lifespan, but the eyes remain the same size. And thus, when a character grows, his face grows, but the size of the eye doesn't. The size of the face does, and thus it proportionally it seems like eyes have shrunk. So that's why at later stages the eyes should be drawn smaller, just to overcome that by tricking the eyes, by tricking the proportionality. No need to draw much defined nose. If you want, you can draw nostrils, small dots. That should be enough. I even recommend not doing the eyebrows. With eyebrows, it seems more defined. If you skip the eyebrow part, he looks more like a child now. And keeping in mind that this video is just for the head part, just for the face part, I wouldn't be going into details for the body. Alright, on to the next one. The character has probably aged for about let's say 6, 7, somewhere. Okay, now remember, all of the face came, the boundary of the face came on the boundary of the oval you first drew. But as your character ages, as its age increases significantly, the face shape will protrude outside these boundary lines again, and slowly and little by little as the age grows. So here he's a youngster, a cocky kid, so a little bit more defined than the circle itself. Right, there's the halfway line, and now you'll have to draw hairs. So think about some hairs what you have to do is keep in mind that you have to keep some things constant and you have to change some things constantly. By that I mean that if you have drawn some hairstyle, you have to keep it constant, and but you will have to change the anatomy of the face consistently, considering that this is a human child, of course. Um, let's come up with a hairstyle. I'm not really good with coming up with hairstyles, at least not on the spot. And don't judge me if it's too bad on my first go. Okay, now there we have a hairstyle, and by introducing the hairstyle, I'll keep in mind that I will have to stick by this hairstyle through the rest of this character's life. Now coming to eyes, and I'm gonna line somewhere there. The nose, you can define it a bit more now that your character has grown, and the mouth. Okay, this has given a more distinct character, more distinct features to our character. Now going on to next stage, a teenager perhaps. Let's say at 16, 17. But of course, all this is not a hard and fast rule that you have to abide by it, stick with it like apply glue and stick with it or something. Nope. This is just a guideline that I follow, how I do things. You can of course create variations by creating variations in the guidelines itself. Okay, because my character is ever growing for now, so the chin will protrude out much more. Okay, there we have a protruding chin, and the hair, I'll have to keep the hairstyle same, not identical but somewhat similar, to make sure that the character looks like it's the same character. Okay, now I've given my character a hairstyle. Let's give him ears, otherwise he will be incomplete, of course. And I'll have to ask you to ignore the sound of the rain that's coming from outside, because it's raining heavily since 2 days now. Okay, now I have this character, and let's give it eyes. Since it has grown, the eyes will be smaller and hence the eye band will be squishier. I'm guessing I messed up with the eye band. Let me see. This looks better. I guess I messed up with the ear, this right ear, according to the character. Okay, now since the eye band is in place, you can place the eyes. Remember, eyes should be smaller a bit. And of course, smaller doesn't mean always smaller. It can change its way around to meet the circumstances and facial expression, of course. Well, since I'm drawing in it with pencil, I don't have a choice but to do the eyes the same way. But if you are coloring it, then you have to keep in mind that you make the eyes same color. I mean, if your character was born with bright blue eyes, then keep them constant until and unless there was some tragic incident in the character's story that gave him some weird colored eyes or lenses, or perhaps something that changed his appearance. Then and only then can you change the character's special notable certain features. The smile didn't come up as I wanted, but never mind. And there we have this guy at age of probably 16, no, 17 I guess. Well, I'll leave the guessing part to you guys. That's probably better. And now let's go for a guy that's let's say 20s, 25, yeah, 25. I think that is a nice number. No, nice age. Yes, nice age. Now what I like to do is to make my characters look like they are growing up. I give them this expansion of the width of chin. You see, here he had no chin whatsoever. Here this character had pinpoint chin. Here the chin was a bit broadened, and now it's much more broadened, very much more broadened. So as your character ages, you can give your character more defined chin to give it a more mature kind of look, or whatever you might say. I'll have to keep the hairstyle same, but obviously. What I have noticed is that hairstyle is a major part in keeping your character same. If you change hairstyles, then the appearance of your character changes. I mean, by turns, yes. Just do this exercise if you want to check. Create kind of 2 to 3 hairstyles, and then create a face, and to the same face apply all these hairstyles. You'll see that the characters looks change very much indeed as soon as you apply different hairstyles. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make sure the hairstyle does differ significantly, but also it somewhat keeps constant. I'm not sure if I'm making much sense to you guys. Okay, reading the eyes in similar fashion. I hope I'm making the eyes at right places, because I'm literally tilting my head so that my head doesn't obstruct the way of the camera. And if by any means the eyes are not at their respective places, so please forgive me. That's what I can say. And a bit more developed lower lip, and there it is. Now we have aged a character from infant to a full-grown adult of about age 22, 25. Okay, so that's it for today's video, guys. I hope I helped a bit. Let's see if I can give any tips at the end. Try to keep some unique features constant, like the hair. If I would like to give some more features like a scar here, and the color of the eyes, and of course the behavior constant of the character. But Also, in the meantime, try to consistently grow the anatomy of the face for the character. Like initially, we started up with a roundish cheeks and chin, but at the end, we ended up with somewhat sleek and very well-defined chin and cheekbones. And the intermediate stages were done similarly by a little bit changing the width of the chin and the size and curves of the cheekbones, etc., etc., etc. Okay, well, that's a weird accent, but I like it. I don't know why. Okay, never mind. Keeping the hairstyle constant. Okay, of course you'll have to keep the color of the hair constant until and unless your character decides to dye his hair, or probably his hair was soaked in blood for some instance in some circumstances. But anything can happen in a story, you know. So uh, be sure to check on my channel every once in a while and click on that subscribe button down there. Yeah, right where my finger is pointing. Next time onwards, we'll be having videos on me drawing some characters both digitally and on paper platform. So stick around and have a look once in a while. I'll meet you next time in next video. Done it.